Here at the Wintler parking lot, there's quite a bit of parking here. People get in. We do have homeless campers that are here overnight, but I think there's enough people that come early, and with the group, we should be fine. I'm at the edge of the parking lot. These are the restrooms, so we have restrooms. Not the best, but they're here. This would probably make a nice staging area. We could set samples on, brochures, things like that. Just circling around here. This is kind of where the litter groups do their staging. And we've got the main path, walking path coming along here. So I'm by the entrance to Wintler. Here's the gate. Got a train coming by. Hopefully we don't have that on Tree of Heaven walk day. You can kind of see I'm coming up on the Tree of Heaven by the entrance here. What I'm thinking we could do to get people out here is maybe put a couple cones on either side, make it a one-lane street temporarily, and just have some people out in orange vests. I can be one of those, just directing traffic. It's not a real busy road, but safety first. First we got our little ones coming up. And then all over in here, this is really thick. Looks like somebody has sprayed, cut, whatever, some of these stems in the past. But of course they didn't kill the roots, and so you got all this stuff coming up around them. But there's too many in here to count. They're just all over the place. So a good example of why it's so invasive and how it spreads and forms thickets like this. Biggest ones in here are probably, I don't know, 3-4 years old. So this is not a terribly old grove of trees. Okay, I'm gonna go walk back in the park. All Tree of Heaven. So back by the parking lot, I'm on the main path. The entrance is here. If people want a longer walk when we're done, this pathway does go down to Tidewater Cove and eventually past the Water Resource Center and ties into Marine Park. So people can get a nice long walk there if they want, or hang out on the beach. This is where we do a lot of the litter cleanups. Okay, so I'm gonna walk east. The sun's kind of in my face here, but we'll walk down this way and point out some other things. About 100 paces from the restrooms, which are back there, to the east, and I did verify on Tree Plotter that these are Oregon white oak. So we've got one here, and then back towards the restroom area, there's another one that's kind of in line with this light pole. So those are Oregon white oaks. I saw a few others in Tree Plotter, but they're more on the beach. I couldn't find them. But if we want to talk about this tree, they're here. And I'm just a little bit north of the Oregon white oaks. We've got some big leaf maple in here as well. This is on Tree Plotter. I don't know if we want to talk about decline on these. This is obviously, looking at the trunk here, not a real good specimen anymore. It's still alive, but it's definitely, it's got some problems. But an opportunity to talk about big leaf maple. And here's a second big leaf maple, just a few more feet to the east. This one's, I don't know, maybe a little bit better. Canopy looks better. Down here we definitely got some problems. I'm not sure what happened to this one. Got some water sprouts coming up from the end of, I don't know if this was cut or injured or what the deal is with this one, but it's still alive. It's got problems as well. A few more feet to the east, another train coming by. I'm at there's 3 park benches here. It's a pretty short walk, but we've got a little bit of sumac that isn't the best, but across the sand we've got a big cluster of sumac. I'm not sure exactly what kind of sumac this is, but it's one of the Tree of Heaven lookalikes, so it's a good opportunity to cover that and the red pyramidal flowers on the very top only, and of course talk about the leaves. And they're long, they're not as wide, and they're very serrated for edges. So a good opportunity to talk about that and why this sumac spreads. Why I'm thinking it probably needs to be on the invasive list as well, because it's pretty dense through here. This just goes on for, I don't know, 50, 100 feet, at least 100 feet. And just stem, more stems. Spreads through rhizomes is what I've been reading, so no wonder. It's kind of like bamboo. I'm gonna walk just a few more steps. Again, this grove of sumac just continues on and on and on along the walkway here. It's one of the better opportunities on a major paved walkway where you have so much of this. Another young one coming up. But I'm kind of guessing we've got roots that have grown across this walkway because we have sumac coming up on the other side of the walkway now. This is all sumac. So I'm near the end of the walkway to the east where this bends around and just goes and dead ends into the beach. But this ends kind of a nice area to talk about ash trees. There are 3 in tree plotter along the parking lot, but they're not the best specimens. These are supposedly Oregon ash. They've got the leaves, and we've got quite a bit in here. So I think this is the better opportunity to talk about ash trees is in this grove, because they completely line it. And they like water areas, so here we've got a little, I don't know where the spring starts on this, but we've got a little bit of a waterway coming in through this grove, probably from the hills to the north. But all ash tree in here, so this is a good opportunity to talk about emerald ash borer. And I think that's it. Of course, we've got other trees along the beach here, and Doug firs and other things, but I think those are probably the main ones to point out. It's a pretty short walk, but if people want to, like I said, continue on and go to Tidewater Cove, or maybe even go on to Marine Park and have a nice long walk on their own after the Tree of Heaven portion, then great place, and hopefully people that haven't seen this find a nice resource in the city.